Hello everyone, I am Vivi and we're back to some Sly Cooper. Those words probably sound very magical to you. So anyways, let's get into it. Let's discuss the dark side of the Sly Cooper series, I guess. I don't know whether I should be laughing or not, but hear me out. Penelope, oh my. The amount of mixed feelings I've read over this plot twist in Sly 4, it is insane. I want to get one thing out of the way, people, okay? And this is a question I do get in the comments sometimes. The whole plot twist in Sly 4, I was a fan of it. Was the delivery spot on? Nope. I liked the direction they took for her, albeit the lack of detail or better reasoning behind her motives. I like the idea, but they could have added so much more. One thing I've always said in the past, and this is aimed for the new people on the channel. Between Sly 3 and 4, we had an 8-year gap, remember. For 8 years, people got used to Penelope being the good girl. I always wonder, what if Sly 4 had happened like 2 years after Sly 3? Would the community have come to an agreement? Meaning, would it have hit fans not as hard as it did after 8 years? It hit hard, as in angry. I'm not kidding, the stuff I've read. The plot twist has been the epiphany of the series for some people. Or should I say a lot of people. I don't want to come off as me being biased or defending Sanzaru, no. But Penelope betraying the gang is something I feel is of her nature. Despite, of course, her love for Bentley and working for the gang. We knew absolutely nothing of her prior to discovering her in Sly 3. Keep that in mind. What did she do before creating the ACES competition, after being deemed a skilled pilot? We know she was too young to enter, right? Hence her disguise as the Black Baron. Penelope, remember the scene where she mentions to people that it's forbidden to leave chambers after sunset? If they did leave, her guards would beat them up to an inch of their lives. That's pretty dark. Did she mean it? I assume so, after seeing her nature in Sly 4 trying to kill Sly. That alone is self-explanatory. Okay, fine. You know what? If you don't like me using Sly 4 as an excuse, since some people despise that game, then how do you explain her constant victories? In Sly 3, she did call in gunships as backup. This was proof by Bentley's words in Operation Dominant Eagle. Plus, let's not forget she got into a fight on a plane in the air, thinking there was no victory until one of them would fall. Fall to their death? I believe she didn't care. She had fun blowing up ships. She didn't care whose life was at stake. Penelope betraying the gang in Sly 4, to me personally, it didn't feel out of place. There was potential for that idea. As I said, we know nothing of her past, but they could have expanded. That I admit. We only knew of Penelope through heists, and you know, girlfriend. One idea I've had in the past. I'd be up for Penelope being the mole of the gang. I'm using the word mole, but fun fact. A male mole was originally supposed to be the boss of Mice and Mechs in Sly 4. Mole, figuratively speaking, means someone who's a spy, someone who works in the dark. The one person I'd imagined Penelope working for this whole time would be the owl himself, Clockwork. How, when, what, where? Well, that's a story I'd love to see happen. Penelope infiltrates the gang, even if that meant having quote-unquote feelings for Bentley. That was all part of the deal, we can say. Or Penelope, if you like a little twist, genuinely started having feelings for Bentley, but think about this. Being Bentley's quote-unquote girlfriend, she'd be close to the Cooper gang. She'd know what they're up to, their plans and everything. Wouldn't that be advantageous for Clockwork, to have someone like that infiltrate the Cooper gang and make it seem like they're a nice person? Right? What do you think? I want to add something to what I just said, her genuinely falling in love with Bentley. Because of that, she starts to question Clockwork's motives. Like, what is he really up to? Like, is all of this worth it? Now, I'm not saying I want all events to turn out like they were supposed to happen. Maybe that's how it came off to you. Oh, Penelope working for Clockwork this whole time? So you're saying all of the events that happened in the series, it was all intentional? Not really, not entirely, I mean. But her being part of the ACES tournament, luring in the Cooper gang, that could have been the start of their plan. And Clockwork could have been watching, if he was brought back already, fully. Penelope saying they could have made money with all of their inventions, her excuse for betraying the gang, well, that could have been a way to cover up who she really was working for. The owl himself. She realized she messed up in that episode. She had to say something to cover up the truth. Could you imagine Penelope being the type of character who deep down fears Clockwork, although working for him? Maybe at the start of their relationship they had this nice buddy-buddy thing going on, but with time, Clockwork just turned mad, or madder, and she started questioning him, fearing him. And despite all that, she still, I guess, had no choice to work for Clockwork. And that could explain her reasoning in Sly 4. Unfortunately, Sanzaru did not dive deeper. They could have gone with something like that. If not Clockwork, okay, something else. If it wasn't Clockwork, it could have been someone else. And that could have been her way to cover up the truth. And I've said it in the past, okay? We have no idea what happened to Clockwork's brain, okay? Penelope finds the brain, or acquires it maybe? Why would she do so? Because think for a moment. Why would Arpeggio use Clockwork's brain? Why have Clockwork's brain attached when he wanted to be part of Clockwork's frame? The brain most likely got trashed, or sold for a very, very high price. But Vivi, Clockwork's parts in Sly 2 vanished. Yes, they did. They did perish. But with the whole dark magic theme in the series, they could make it seem like one's mind cannot vanish that easily. Plus, his eyes survived in Sly 4, you can collect it. We can believe the hate chip was simply a protective barrier of his body, like dark magic related. But guys, when it comes to Clockwork, that's it for this video. So again, did I hate the idea of Penelope betraying the gang in Sly 4? No, I enjoyed it. Could it have been better? More scenes, more background? Yes. Unfortunately, due to this, many call it poor writing. Now Vivi, do you call it poor writing? Not entirely. Go on ahead and laugh at my opinion, it's okay. But I liked the idea, but they could have done so much more with it. So with that being said, folks, this is it for the video. So as usual, do your stuff questions or anything like that. I want to hear your own opinion on the whole plot twist in Sly 4. Alright? So yeah, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.